Hi sports fans, this is the dog, H. Weber, with another edition of Weber on Sports Express here on FingerLakes1.com. Hope you had a great weekend. Hey, kudos goes out to the high school football teams that have amassed a record of 2-0 so far this year in the area. Geneva High, Wayne, those Fighting Saints of DeSales, 2-0. My hometown where I was born, Lyons, New York, and the Whitman Wildcats. Congratulations to those squads for 2-0 starts for their high school programs. Well, yes, even though the Impact, Finger Lakes football Impact team, located up there in Waterloo, played at Tom Coughlin Stadium this past Saturday night in a showdown, which I have been asking for weeks, against Troy. Yes, they lost, but there's nothing to be ashamed of if you're a supporter of the Finger Lakes Impact. I had a chance, myself and Paul Hellstrom, to talk to Penny and Jeff Teed, the owners of that Finger Lakes Impact organization, and they are really true gamers. They do it for the love of the game. Nobody gets paid. It's all volunteers, all volunteers. It's all family members. Tremendous effort by the Finger Lakes Impact, considering in their first year they were 5-5. This year, one loss. Of course, that came last Saturday against Troy. But to think that these young people from ages 18 to 49 play for the love of game, folks, don't get a dime, travel in carpools to away games at their own expense. To me, one word, refreshing. Hang in there, Penny and Jeff Teed. From all of us at FingerLakes1.com, we're very impressed. We'll have more of them as the weeks go by. And I'm looking forward personally of attending their All-Star game at the Coughlin Stadium coming up a week from next Saturday, the 24th of September. Well, Notre Dame football, it continues to get, can it get any worse? I fell asleep. I thought Notre Dame had that game in hand, a term that means you're going to win it. Yikes, they lose it. Everybody's talking about the 16-yard score that Michigan caught in the end zone with time running out that obviously won the game. But how about the 65-yard pass the play before? Nobody's talking about that. Who was guarding that guy from Michigan? Nobody. He was wide open by 20 yards. Brian Kelly, 0-2. The heat is on full blast. We just got a report this morning here at FingerLakes1.com that the Little Leprechaun mascot has resigned. They don't even have a mascot. Rumor has it that Kenny Haas, Kenny's Pennies, may take the place of the Little Leprechaun. More details as time goes on. And you know, Maryland football, I got to talk about this. How about those uniforms? When you have a color scheme, I believe it's black, white, red, and orange, and you got a scheme that Lady Gaga won't wear, you're in trouble. It is a sensation on YouTube, but you got to check it out. Maryland uniforms, Google it. Check it out. Let me know what you think. They are UGLY. NFL, Indianapolis, Kerry Collins. You think we might need a new quarterback? Will the Indianapolis Colts win a game without Peyton Manning? That is the question. I don't think so. How do you fumble 2 snaps? The guy's been around forever. I think it's time we get a new quarterback at Indy. How about Mark Robinette or Chad Sanderson? We might need some divine intervention. How about the pastor, Jerry Graziano? Maybe he could quarterback. That looked ugly. And it's scary to think that if you're an Indianapolis Colt fan, they may not win a game until Peyton comes back, if he comes back this year. And yes, I'm not a Bills fan, but I must give credit where credit is due. They swamped all over Kansas City on the road. Congrats to you Bills fans. Mike Vick, is he the best athlete in the NFL, pound for pound? You better believe it. Did you see the dazzling runs that guy can put on as they romp over the good old Rams of St. Louis on the road? Awesome. And the Giants, our buddy Tommy Coughlin. Speaking of the Tom Coughlin Stadium, Tommy under tremendous heat. They haven't made the playoffs 2 years in a row. The president, Mara, has come on record and said that if they don't make the playoffs this year, it's bye-bye Tommy. Maybe Tommy doesn't want to coach anymore, but I hate to see it. First week out, Giants look pitiful. The heat's already on 350 against our buddy Tommy Coughlin. And a lot of the prognosticators, so-called experts, said that Cam Newton would never be an NFL quarterback. Oh, this bulletin, he passed for 422 yards. Hello? That's a NFL record. 422. You think he's got some game? You betcha. And I know a lot of you have fantasy football leagues. Let's hope you pick Ted Ginn Jr. I don't know what he did in regular receptions, San Francisco against Seattle, but let me tell you about this, folks. He gets a 102 Kickoff return, 102-yarder. The next time he touches the ball, 48 seconds later, he returns a punt, 55 yards. Ka-ching, 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 if you picked Ted Ginn Jr. Yankees baseball. Yankees have been playing like pigs. They lost 4 in a row, and they picked up a game against Boston. Right now, as we start a new week, they're 4 up in the loss column. And Brad Jones's Boston Red Sox, they're gagging. Look out for Tampa Bay. The Bo Sox Nation is in trouble. And ladies and gentlemen, as I always do on this show, we always like to pick the person of the week. We're going to spotlight a buddy of mine from the local ties. You may know his dad, Don G. Been a teacher of minors forever. His son, the G-Man, David G. His birthday today, Monday, September the 12th. How old is Dave? Well, I won't tell you his number, but his age matches the car number of Jimmy Johnson on the Sprint NASCAR circuit. You figure it out. He's an all-around athlete, good at everything he touches. His occupation, he's store director of the Nice and Easy operation at McGee Corners. Lots of action out there. He hangs out with a chick named June the Swoon from Dundee. She's truly a legend. Well, I'll tell you right now, the Meoffs, as they are affectionately called, start bowling tonight. Yours truly will be there to check them out as they open up their 2011-2012 bowling season. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the wild weekend of sports. It was crazy. And by the way, for all you SU football fans, I salute you. They're 2-0, and even though I'm not a big SU football fan and Doug Marrone, you got to look at their schedule, folks. I think they have to trip over to not get 8 wins. Well, don't forget on the Dog and Paulie podcast coming up this week on FingerLakes1.com, my special guest, or our special guest, will be Rod Verkey, the chairman of the Miners Academy Athletic Hall of Fame. And that should be a lot of fun. Rod Verkey coming up on the show this Wednesday. Until next time, everybody, take care. It's been a slice. That's a look at sports my way.